We are live.
Roll that footage.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thank you to everybody who's already tuned in live in the chat. So we're going to start this one off a little bit differently. A lot of folks who are on social media already know. Might have seen the show title for tonight, but friend of the show, friend to many of us, Edward Hunt, aka Nightwingnum, or Nightwingnum, or some people lovingly knew him as Chatwingnum, passed away last Friday. He had COVID complications, and it's a huge, huge loss, not just for our show. We loved Ed in the chat. Ed was a big cheerleader for our chat. He was always one of the first people in the chat. A lot of times I'd see him chatting with Toy Mafia before the show. He he loved to, we would highlight a lot of his comments here because he was just such a fun personality. He always liked to riff on folks. He always had good commentary. He had a lot of Dave jokes, but behind the scenes, like me, Dave, we were really good friends. I first met Ed in 2017 when I started with the Realm of Collectors, and I gotta say he's just always a really positive guy. Um, he always was very complimentary. He would come in and say, "Hey, I liked what you had to say on the show. I like this. I like that." He would like to strike up conversations. He was just really friendly, and the guy just legitimately didn't have a bad bone in his body. Um, you know, I he would always comment when I post pictures on my social media of my dogs. He'd always leave really nice comments, and just love to live vicariously. He definitely wanted a dog. He would tell me about it all the time. He's like really hopeful he could get back to where he needed to be, where he could have one again. And um, he's just a really kind soul, and I'm gonna miss the guy immensely. I had a lot of conversations with him one on one. Throughout the four plus years I knew him, and I'm just really gonna miss the guy. Dave, I'll let you have it.
Yeah. Um, you know, I met Nightwingnum in the chat for ETR, and then here, I mean, I almost make the jokes. A whole lot of cool people out there, and Nightwingnum too. I mean, that guy loved to share into me. Love to. I mean, he's the one that came to the Dave scale. That's
Yes.
He's there was a mask made with my face doing the stupid kissy thing.
Yes.
He demanded it.
Yeah. Sent that as a bonus.
We were talking before the show. What are they gonna do when they go through his effects and they find my face there?
The most confusing item he owns.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to admit, I was legitimately sitting on my sofa, crying. I was shocked. I mean, at the time, the man lives by himself. He had no wife. He had no kids. He had this. Was he. I can tell you, the man loved his Star Trek. The man loved his Transformers. The man loved his Power Rangers. The man collected Eagle Moss miniatures. He loved what he loved. He was very passionate, and my God, he was passionate about his GI Joes. He was making custom backdrops. He was making custom figures, and he would be texting me all through the night. I would be finding voicemails at 2 in the morning. I work in customer service. I'm not able to watch a lot of the live streams when Hasbro does something. Ed would be sending me pictures of it all, making sure that I was caught up with it all. He'd be in the chat room. I would be here talking on the show. He would be ripping me on some stupid joke I made. And at the
he
same
would
time,
message me, tell Dave this, tell Dave that.
and then be messaging me at the same time. The man had a lot of love to give. I am sad he wasn't able to find someone with him to truly give it to, though he loved his niece. My God, he loved his niece. He was so proud of his niece. But was honored that I could be one of the people he would give that to. Guys, I mean, I'm actually starting to choke. I was texting him directly when he first got sick and the symptoms to go to the hospital. I mean, I was sitting here going through the messages on here. He was a stubborn jackass. I miss him horribly. I love him horribly. And I hope, I don't know, we only got one life, guys. I know. I don't know if there's a way for people from beyond, got your Ouija boards, but I hope he knows he did make an impact. Not just
huge impact.
In the chat here, in the realm of collectors. Who knows what other groups he was in, the G.I. Joe groups, whatever. The guy must have lived on his phone texting various people. And yeah. I don't want to, I guess I'll ramble, but I say this for him. I'd like to be frank about this, but then I'd have to change my name.
I'll say
that's for him. That is literally for him.
One thing he taught me about,
because he would be my messages would be blowing up right now for that.
I'm not much of a customizer. I like my stuff stock for the most part, and it's very rare that I'll get an add-on kit. But he was, for you to say he was into his Joes, he hit me with a ton of questions before he got into classified, and he was just like, should I get these? Should I get these? Should I get these? And I was like, honestly, they're the best figures Hasbro's made, in my opinion. I said, check out T-Man's reviews. But I think these are the best figures Hasbro's made in a very long time. And then, of course, I felt like I created a monster because he just was so hyper-focused. And he wanted to create his own classic Joes. And I was like, Ed, Hasbro. Hasbro is going to make these things. They're going to make classic. They're probably going to do them on card back. And then we got to that point, and I was just like, look, they're doing it. And he had already made his. He had his Scarlet. He had his Gung Ho. He had his Cobra Commander and his Duke painted up. Actually, I think he hadn't gotten to Cobra Commander. I know he had Duke.
No, he hadn't gotten that yet. He was making every freaking individualized Cobra Trooper out there.
Yes, he was doing the custom Cobra Troopers. And I was like, look, they're doing the card backs now. But the thing is, he taught me that there's no wrong way to enjoy your collection. Life is short. And as you said, we only get one life. And I'm glad he did it. And I'm glad that's one thing where, like you said, he's stubborn, but I couldn't talk him out of that. And here he got, in his lifetime, he got his classic Joes. He got to enjoy them. So the thing I've come to terms with is there's no wrong way to collect. And if you enjoy displaying or modding or doing whatever with your figures, you live that. You don't let anybody influence you. You be stubborn about that and enjoy your collection the way you want to. And
buy them GoBots.
Yeah, that's something that I'm definitely gonna remember about him. T, do you have anything you want to say?
I just want to say condolences, and I appreciate every single person out there that's watching us every week.
Absolutely.
Yes. Every goddamn one of you. Antoine, Mark 44, Benjamin, Lady Elena, Sportimus.
Yeah, can't forget Toy Mafia.
Like I can't name you all, but god damn it, thank you.
Like I said, Ed and Toy Mafia were in chat like first in.
Yourself. Okay, let's go.
All right, Matt. Matt, do you have anything?
I didn't know him much outside the realm of the show, and you guys knew him longer and better than I did. But it just sucks when something like this. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't deal with this kind of stuff well, so I just, glad I want everybody to remember fondly, and life goes on, I guess.
One thing I can say is that everybody that I had to break the news to that may not have been in social circles with Ed, they all had very nice things to say. Like the thing that came to mind is that he was always kind. And to highlight Sportum's comment here, yeah, life is short. You have to treat each other well. Live life to the fullest. Love, not hate, and that's an important one. And I know Ed had a very different set of beliefs from a lot of people, but he got along splendidly just on a human level, and that's something we gotta get back to in this world.
Absolutely.
So, all right, well, let's get into the show, because I can tell you if Ed's watching us, he's like, come on guys, talk about the toys. I want to see what you got. So we'll kick it off. Dave.
Okay.
We'll go. I've been going clockwise here. Dave, we'll kick it off with you. How the hell are you doing? Did you get anything cool this week?
Doing well. Work's starting to move a little forward again, so that's pretty good. I got my 3 booster on here, so I'm off tomorrow in case my tail gets kicked, but apparently it seems to be working because my internet's soaring great today. And I got some stuff.
Sportimus claims you didn't give a bad joke, but I've counted like 3 of them so far. They've just been tongue in cheek.
I dedicated a bad joke to him. But I got a care package from the man, the myth, the legend, T-Man 978. I got my Alley Viper so I can shut the hell up. I got also Ravage to go with my Soundwave. So thank you so much, man. I greatly appreciate that. Just saves me a whole lot of headache, because guess what? I still ain't seen none of these down here.
Hey, careful throwing that Ravage. He might come out.
I also got a small care package from Big Bad Toy Store. And this is going to be some fun stuff for the photography booth. One thing that I have been greatly anticipating, and that is the female synthetic human from 1,000 Toys. So nice. I got the male one right here. I actually bought Joe's way back when. It's okay, man. It's all good. And this is the photography. I'm just really cannot wait. I mean, this thing is just creepy in all the right ways. So
you can do a cyborg cover of Natalie Imbruglia's Torn music video.
Does her hair come off?
Yes. Like if you look on the back here, look, they got a bald head on there. Yes, Matt, you can put different chest sizes on there.
I didn't know either.
No, yeah, he was actually looking down, but as soon as I said that, he immediately popped his head up. It was actually kind of funny. I'm debating about getting some Valveverse stuff. I really am. It's looking better and better the more I see. So I got the synthetic human. I then also got the Revltek Arkham Knight / Red Hood, which looks absolutely gorgeous of every photo I've seen. I actually have some 3D printed guns I've had for a while for Red Hood that I might paint up and give to him. But it really sucks that Warner Brothers isn't letting these guys have guns because it's the goddamn Red Hood.
Right.
So
there's no firearms in that box.
No firearms. He's got 2 Chris daggers, and which are those wavy daggers, and he's got 2 like laser katanas. But on the Revltek books, the Revltek groups, I have seen all kinds of weapons being passed around. Apparently, Mezco guns fit in with him. I'm going to try McFarlane guns with him. How do you, fellow children? Oh, how do you do? Sorry, that one. But cannot wait. This I'm actually really anticipating messing with this guy because it's different from the other Yamaguchi stuff. He's not quite as gappy, and again, he's just been looking really good. And then, no, I'm not throwing that. And then finally, I got one of these fighting armors, and I got the Deadpool one.
Nice.
So this is one I am really excited for. So, I mean, I'm not much in the whole random armor guys, but it looks really good. It's Deadpool in battle armor. I mean, I know I can fit this in with all kinds of stuff. Initial reviews I've seen have been really positive on it. And yeah. So I got some really good things that hopefully I'll be able to kill this weekend just living in the photo booth and blow up my Instagram for a while.
Very cool.
So
that's interesting. Big Boy says Spin Master gave their 4-inch Batman figures pistols. I don't see those things moving so much, so I haven't looked at them in a while to see whether they're still coming with them.
There was a time. There was almost like a moratorium of when they stopped doing the pistols, because the first Red Hood figure had guns from McFarlane Toys.
Yeah,
and Deathstroke. Did Deathstroke have a gun? I can't remember. No, Deathstroke didn't have a pistol. But Thomas Wayne figure. Huh?
He technically had a pistol because it was in the holster.
Right.
But you couldn't move it.
Yeah, I wonder what the policy is on that, if it's molded in and you can't actually interact with it.
And then the Thomas Wayne figure, though, came with guns. I ended up buying 2 Thomas Wayne figures because, well, one also had a sword, and it was on closeout for $8 for $8. But so I got the 2 Thomas Wayne. So I'm going to try to give the extra pistols to, might give them to him just to see how they look. But yeah, the last Revltek, the Joker, it had pistols, but that was the last that was apparently the last one that Revltek was going to put out that had guns. Which freaking Red Hood. I mean,
right. And if it's an adult collectible, it's
even the adult collectibles can't have them.
Right. Now that's
what he's saying. That doesn't make sense.
What's up with the Deadpool that doesn't come with guns?
That's the figure arts, I think.
I think it's a new one coming out based on the movie.
Yeah, that's the figure arts.
Yeah.
And that's just them being cheap.
Yeah. All right, moving on. The man, the myth, the legend, the parts former, Matt. How the hell are you? And did you get anything cool this week?
I'm pretty good. I wanted to point out, No Effort said that he's getting his SH Figure Arts cooler soon. I've seen reviews on him. I didn't get him myself, but I've heard it said that it is their best figure since the Boo that they did, the tall Boo. Which has, I guess, been one of their most sought after and well-made figures in a long time. I had canceled my pre-order for the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then I jumped back on it because I'm an asshole. So I might keep it this time just because I don't care about GT, but I like the look of it, and I don't know.
That was GT in a nutshell.
Pretty much. It looks cool. It'll look cool on the shelf, so I'll probably keep it. What did I get? Thanks to an assist from the T-Man 978, he found and sent me a Decepticon box, and it fits very well in the Soundwave chest, as it should. And I'm happy to have that all together in one compact package.
Giggity.
T or Jordan, one of you guys sent a link for a cheap. I never had bought this G.I. Joe, so I got the movie Scarlet for
that was me.
$11. She's worth every bit of $10 or $11. I just don't understand. Some figures come packed with like the fucking Alley Viper comes with like 347 accessories, and she get a crossbow. Like, I don't know.
No hands, no face.
Right, nothing. Just a crossbow.
No backpack.
Target clearance. I picked me up a Rogue just because. Why not? I like Rogue.
It's a great figure.
It's posable. She's got breasts. It's kind of checks all my boxes.
Better than Scarlet.
But Scarlet's got kind of a better face. But a pair of pliers could fix that. Anyway, I got the Kingdom Blaster because I wasn't going to get this figure, but I have the original G1 Blaster in my collection at my parents' house. So I was like, nostalgia is a thing. So I grabbed it when I saw it. The last 2 pieces. So I, on occasion, pick up Mythic Legions. So I saw these guys went into stock on their website. So I picked up the, what the fuck is this called? The Templar Legion Builder. Super cool. Like Mythic Legions are always just like 95% there with a few things that are kind of weird with it. Like joint tolerances. Some are really tight and some are super loose. Not bad though. Really well painted. It comes with a ton of accessories. I'm happy with it. He'll just kind of fit in anywhere. And I know it's a troop builder, but I'm cheap ass. I only got one, so it is what it is. Yeah, my shirt is just an Amazon Voltron shirt. I realized I don't have a Voltron shirt, so I got one. Last thing is, I've heard some people say this is already in the running for their figure of the year. I don't disagree with that. It's too early to say that kind of thing, but the 3-0 MDLX Bumblebee is one of the favorite things that I've picked up here in a long time.
Oh, that's a good pose.
If you are on the fence about this, like this guy is fairly cheap. It's $60-ish, I believe, maybe 50. I can't remember, but at this price, like if you're curious, just get Bumblebee and give it a try. I guarantee if you don't like it, you'll be able to sell it because it's going to be popular and it's going to sell out if it hasn't already. And I can't imagine that anybody would buy this and not like it.
3A/30, they have a very low, like when I say low, I mean people that resell the products is very low.
And the joints on this are perfect. I mean, perfectly toleranced. The paint is immaculate on all sides. Like there's detail everywhere. It's an interesting figure to look at, and it's desk size. It's not. I've always liked the design. I don't like Movieverse figures that much, but I've always appreciated the designs and the work and the movements of the larger scale figures. But this one is G1 inspired. It's an alternate look, and it's a good price for a good size figure. So, like, I hope they announce more for the line because I know Optimus is coming out within the next few months, but there's not anything else on the horizon. So I don't know how fast this company gets product out or how fast they solicit, but I hope that this is the first of a long line that I'll probably I want to see a Starscream and a Megatron in this line.
Shockwave looks really good.
Shockwave, whatever. Let's get this rolling because I love this thing. So if you don't have it, I super recommend. Right, this is Dave's scale. Dave, this is 1-to-1 Dave scale. Dave actually can take the blaster and he comes with his alternate battle helmet, so Dave can wear that as his own.
Right now, Matt.
So that's my ranting on that. I lied. I got one more thing. This will be the first entry in my first third party masterpiece size combiner. I actually don't have one. So this is MMC's first piece of their Defensor, and I'm excited. He's cool.
If you need any repro labels for that, let me know.
I need to make a repro label order because I'm well short. I have Seekers that don't have any Decepticon logos, and I need some repro labels. So I do need to order some.
Right. I'll be putting in an order soon. So
that's all for me, T. How about you, buddy? How about you? How about you?
I have been alive.
That's all we can ask for, friend.
That speaking of that Decepticon logo order, you need to do. Shout out to Patriot Prime. I offered to buy a set from him because he had a whole big stack from Toy Hex that he shills every episode. But he just sent me 3 sets for free.
Nice.
So if I didn't leave them and I see you again, I might be able to give you one of my sets.
It'd be nice if they'd set up like either kind of like a proxy, kind of like how Pake works, where they have somebody in the U.S. that ships their products.
I thought they were in the U.S.
I thought they were
They're based out of Canada.
They're in Canada. Yeah, it takes forever for the shit to get here. Like that's hyperbole. It takes like 2 weeks longer.
Well, the trucking in Canada is a little slow right now.
Yeah,
if it moves at all.
I got a lot of crap, and I posted a haul picture in our Facebook. So I'm not going to show everything, but I'm going to show the key things that I super like this.
Good, baby.
Fans Toys Tesla, who is awesome, and look at that, nice and stiff, and it just looks good, feels good, and everything I said in my review. Watch it. Tina, she's awesome.
I
This is
actually
what I'm
have
gonna be doing
a.
later today because they just put Silk Sonic on there, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak.
I actually have a clip of you in the Fortnite lobby.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be Bruno Mars at 10:30. But what else? This set.
You're gonna jump
Put
on a
him back in
grenade?
here.
You're gonna jump on a grenade?
No, I hope not. They do. I might not do it on purpose, but they have a grenade launcher that people love using now.
Yeah.
These are awesome. I opened them at work, moved them around. They have so much articulation, like more than a regular Power Rangers figure, which is mind blowing. So I need to review that. And like what I'm saying, I appreciate the audience. I'm not sure if he actually watches our podcast, but G Tony, because he super loves my channel and must have a lot of money, he sent me Death Metal Wonder Woman, Death Metal Batman, Death Metal Superman, and King Robin, or Robin King. And since it was on a cheaper price on Amazon, on Target's website, I just went ahead and bought this to go with it. So at some point, I'm going to be doing a review. I'm going to review all of these things in one video just to get it done. I don't trust anybody to watch single episodes. And I put up a video for America Chavez, her articulation. That's on the YouTube short. So you can watch that on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, whichever one you like going to most. And since you're here, YouTube probably after the show. Extra Zero, how are you?
I am doing all right. Today's my Friday, so I'm taking tomorrow off. Saturday is my birthday, so I'm going to. I always take off for my birthday, so it falls on a Saturday. I'm going to take the Friday off. I thought about taking Monday, but the day after Super Bowl, I think it's going to be quiet anyway, so I'll take the Friday. But yeah, looking forward to the birthday weekend, and
until leap year comes, our birthday does fall on the same day.
That's true. But as far as acquisitions go, I got a few cool things. First off, this one's not for everybody, but I got the Behold Galvatron, so this is going to go with my HasLab Unicron, and it comes with the other ships and the little minifigures. I probably will get that red reformatted Megatron to go with it now as well. He's cool if you like clear stuff. I feel like Deluxe having this because he loves the hell out of his clear Transformers. Next up, I also got Lift Ticket from the Legacy Generation Selects, and I'm trying to find his box. This is tiny. Like this on camera, it doesn't look like it's small.
I like that.
I do too, because the other boxes were just a little bit too big for Deluxes. They were, what's a good size? I mean, compared to the figure, like it's
just big enough.
Yeah, there's no unnecessary packaging. I like how they do like the black print on here. On the inside, you don't really get much, but it continues. But I like it. Character definitely isn't for everybody. Not too many people like Diaclone, but hey, now my other Diaclone repaints have him to chill about with. And lastly, actually no, second to lastly, in honor of Nightwingnum, I picked this guy up. This is the Phantom Ranger. I don't have much connection to the character, but I know it was a figure that Ed wanted, so I just said, for the hell of it, I'll pick him up, and this will be with my Mighty Morphin stuff kind of out of place. I have a few characters that don't really belong in Mighty Morphin, like Magna Defender, and that what was the Walgreen exclusive? Was it like the white Dyno Charge Ranger? It's in storage, but I just picked this up, just to kind of, remember the guy. And I thought it looked neat, so I was like, yeah, this can go on my shelf of my Rangers as a memory of Ed. And lastly, I too got through Toy Dojo, I was able to get my Tesla 2.0. Really happy to have this guy, and I'm glad that I passed on Jansen, because this figure in hand looks amazing. The pictures didn't really do it justice, and seeing all the side by sides with Jansen. Hey, if you got Jansen and you like it, I'm glad. Our good buddy TM Reviews had a lot of QC issues with his, and I also just kind of think that the Jansen sculpt was very soft compared to this. I really like the way this guy looks. What's that, T?
So Matt loves it, so it's good.
and just the sheer amount of die cast on this, like the dials on the arms, just all the die cast on the legs.
Shed. From the knee down.
Yeah, the chest is full of die cast.
You just got Matt's attention again.
I'm watching.
I think somebody was saying that like they like Jansen because he has a functional. I think you brought it up, T, that he has like a functional microscope mechanism. I mean, you can see through this, and it kind of does focus a little bit, but I don't know. I want this guy to look like Perceptor on my shelf. I don't need him to be a functional microscope.
I don't think anybody's probably going to be like, oh shit, I can't read this print on this thing. Let me transform my Perceptor fans toys and see if I can work it out and see what this is.
I never thought about the functionality when I put pre-order.
I mean, Jansen does come with those little figures if you want to look and see how terribly they're sculpted. Like, goddamn, these things are. What's up with Bumblebee's face?
Actually, I'll have to bring them to you once when I'm over there. They're really good. The Bumblebee face is the only thing that's not good. And that's just the eyes are just very googly-eyed. But everything else, they're super neat little figures. I'm happy with them.
I hope they sell them separately.
For whatever reason, this is coming up green. I guess because it's reflecting from my green screen. Lastly, this isn't a new acquisition, but I painted the Cheetor gun that I got from Larkin's Lair, and I guess it's just reflecting.
You painted it green.
I did not paint it green. There we go. Now you can see it. Larkin sent me this a while back. I got around to painting it. It was actually really easy to do, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. So just wanted to share that. Check out Larkin's Etsy shop, and I really like the accessories he's putting out. Also want to promote the G2 Megatron kit that he's doing. That is a little bit cheaper and has more functionality, and it's also supposed to be easier to sand. So let's get into some. Oh, one more thing, since I didn't do it in the beginning of the show. Killbox, slam that like button if you haven't already. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell and check out the link in the description below for our Teespring store. You can get a wide variety of figure action shirts, like the Figure Action Vice shirt that Dave is modeling over there. We got to get Joe to upload the new designs for us. But buying from our Teespring store helps support the channel. We have some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. You're going to help us out. You're going to look good doing it. And we will be giving away a figure action shirt in the very near future as I get a week for that. I might just say, fuck it, I want to give away the Soundwave and a shirt, but I might just do the drawing and say, hey, you have to wait on the Soundwave. We'll see about that. I'll make a decision in the next couple of weeks.
This is the Deadpool.
Dave exclaimed.
I'm sorry. I did not expect this thing to be that heavy.
You know what wasn't heavy?
What?
Fan First Friday last week.
Ooh.
Talk about it. Yeah, I know. So Fan First Friday, they had a GTA figure action. They had a Hasbro event. They were hyping it up. We were debating, what are we going to see? What are we going to see? And I think it was pretty much a dud. We got a couple new reveals that we hadn't seen before. Ironhide, which is the obvious repaint of the previously revealed Ratchet, and Sludge, which we kind of figured would come.
Should this have gotten the animation this week in repaints?
I mean, there's, you know what? Let's just do it anyway. How's that sound? If I can find the button. Oh, here it is.
This week in Repaints.
Repaints and
Sludge is the only new thing, right?
I mean technically
Junkyard remold.
yeah. Junkyard's kind of like 80% new figure. I mean, he just reuses the knees. Well, I guess he kind of uses the arms. But yeah, they finally. So I mean, we're not going to spend.
We used the nephew.
Not going to spend too much time on this. RC, we finally have an actual figure to look at, which, hey, she looks good. We get a good
I'm excited for this.
And you could put her feet down, trans tech style.
Yeah. And some people are saying she's mistransformed in the kind of Tron bike mode here, saying that it looks like these rear panels should plug in here. Like there's a little gap there. I'm not sure that I see how that would work.
Or should that front part slide forward more?
Yeah.
Where the canopy pieces to click down into the legs. Yeah, it looks like there's a tab sticking up too, right by. Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, right here.
Yes, right there. Yep.
Flush down. Cause it to go in a little bit more flush.
I still got to give full points to the designers on all this. No alt mode was in the movie.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things that they said in the presentation, that they had fun coming up with the alt modes. They got to design them at their own leisure, I guess. I guess like you look at Ironhide here, and it's,
I pre-ordered the first wave, and Ratchet is included in that, but I almost want to just skip Ironhide because for some reason I just
the hollow arms and
was Ironhide even in the scene? I don't think he was. Was he?
He was. He was behind that line.
I know Ratchet was, but I don't know.
Ironhide, you seen him getting into one of the pods and taking off.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's soon. The Ironhide movie will be coming out.
Yeah.
There might have been like 5 Ironhides just running around in the background, to be honest.
They mentioned that other Cybertronians are going to use that mold, so this is going to be their repaint. So I expect Generation Selects repaints out of this, for better or worse.
Junkyard looks good.
No new Decepticon figures. Yeah, that's. Well, here's what's crazy about Junkyard, and I do want to get to like a little minor discussion towards the end of this, is they were saying, well, Junkyard's stuck on a boat. And I'm like, how are y'all doing this presentation? And we know somebody already had, well, at least 2 reviewers, maybe 3. Does Chefatron have it?
I'm not sure. I only seen Prime versus Prime.
Yeah. But we've got a review out for this figure. It's already been completed. If there's a factory sample, and again, I don't want to.
Oh, remember when they only had those renders for the Baroness?
Right, and
then she was found in the store the next week. I was like, what the heck?
Right, exactly. So I want to get away. I know a lot of people hate on Prime versus Prime. I don't know how he gets his figures. And we're gonna have a discussion about what Mattel's doing at the end of this, and it's gonna all tie in. We're gonna bring it all back. I don't care how he gets his figures. I do, and I know his mannerisms and way of speaking aren't for everybody, but I enjoy his stuff. I find it interesting though that he's got these figures, and yet Hasbro themselves do not. So like, what's going on? Like, how does this work where you guys have the renders and yet the figure's done? And then, to your point, T, they reveal a render of Baroness and it's found at Walmart on the packaging. How did they not have the figure in the packaging?
Well, as far as the Transformers are concerned, I was under the impression that all of the reviewers that have reviewed him are overseas and are at the landmass of origin of most of these products.
Well, sure, but
while the boats coming here to the Hasbro team are the ones that are being held up.
Would the stuff that Hasbro is going to show, like the samples that they're going to show in their product reveals, wouldn't you think they might be coming like EMS or something else where they're not on a boat?
I'm liking Sportimus's theory that he's from the future, And so the day that the Prime vs. Prime channel actually stops means that the plague finally got him, and that means we have about 2 months left to go.
Oh, Jesus. It's like 12 monkeys with Transformers reviews. So Sludge
looks good.
He's
he does
cool.
look good.
I'm happy with him.
I wish he had the eyeball effect. Now, it's interesting to note he doesn't come with any little partner figure. And I get it. I didn't like Wheelie or Daniel. I would rather just have those as core class figures. But I'd appreciate a sword or the eyeballs. What do you guys think?
Same.
Sword, yes. Eyeballs I could live without. A flame effect though would have been beautiful.
Flame
Absolutely.
effect. That's where my money would have been at.
I
No,
mean,
his
he's
gun
got the
looks
sword in
way
his
more
mouth
involved.
right there, and
Yeah,
the
the
barrel
gun-
of the gun. And like I said,
Yeah.
a sword would be good.
It looks like the gun just stores right under the old belly in Dyno
Yeah.
mode.
Right there.
It looked like it actually launches, but of course it doesn't
Yeah.
because there's no missile.
And they
And
showed
of
off
course-
the articulation of his neck and head is really
Ratchets.
good too. Yeah.
Ratchets in the neck. I'm happy about that.
So and I've been happy too about these transformations. They're not super reinvented, but they're interesting enough, for the transformations for the last two of them.
Mm-hmm. I vote those Beast Wars repaints skip.
Skip.
Well, we've already covered all those on the show, so
And Hasbro covered them
Sandstorm,
with a fresh coat of paint.
Night Prowl.
Well, the funny part about the Scorpion one was that they spent more time talking about the background and the picture setup
Yeah.
than they did the figures themselves. Like they were going on about the painting in the background and how they meshed the colors together and everything looked perfect. And I'm like, you guys are really feeling the figure, then,
Yeah.
aren't you?
I understand they're in marketing too, and they're there to promote their products, but they did a really piss poor job of reading the room, especially it almost seemed like they were taunting fans with Night Prowler, and they were like, hashtag purr, and people were just not having it. Like, this is lazy repaints, boring. People weren't excited for either of these two repaints. Like, they should have just been generation selects. And a lot of people were commenting like, these are Walmart exclusives. They're going to stink up the pegs there. And I agree with that. I mean, I really hope that these don't inhibit Walmart from getting new waves of legacy because they're sitting on the pegs.
I don't see that happening because Walmart is not afraid of having empty pegs for months.
True.
So whether it's got figures hanging from them or not, they fear not the empty peg.
Yeah.
Target's the same way. I will never forget the fact that I saw Target put pegs for Cobra Island stuff, yet never had a Cobra Island figure on them.
Yeah. Buzzsaw, we talked. Buzzsaw is the only one I want out of these, to be honest. Then vintage, and a lot, again, being tone deaf, they're talking about here's this vintage Scorponok and treating it like a reveal, and yet people are already legitimately finding it and Tigatron on their pegs, on their shelves
I'm
at
gonna
Walmart.
say this though, that vintage Scorponok looks better than the Kingdom Scorponok.
That people in the chat were saying that. People were saying like, this Scorponok looks great. This looks better. A lot of people like that old Mega Class. Even the Scorponok was
That's why
a
it's
smaller.
$20 more.
Yeah. So
Mega Class is leader class price.
Okay. Whoever does this photography, I
should do the rest. Yeah.
These red photography, I mean,
I like that the wheels roll on him. All four of them.
but I mean,
That
I
is the only thing, was
halfway
that the
want that
Sparkless
knockout.
Secret?
I know the quality of it, but I still I'm tempted on that knockout. That just looks that.
What I think RC and Knockout are probably going to be a different caliber than like the G1 designs. Like, I think they're designed more where they can utilize their articulation.
RC I had complaints with, to be honest.
Meh.
I hope Knockout is better, but I'm still buying it.
Yeah.
On site.
We'll go through these real quick. B127 with the appropriate head sculpt to Cybertronian mold, coming to the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. Again, they were kind of tone deaf on this, where people were saying like, why not just include the head? It's a small figure. People were upset about the cliff jumper and the. I mean, again, I like this cliff jumper. I like the fact he's got appropriately colored arms, and I like that he has no transparent plastic visible. The same thing with Cup. Like same deal here. This Cup looks really good, but it's like these are figures we should have gotten in the first place. And people were saying in the chat like, brace yourself for swaps. People were going to buy these and swap them out with that that packaging. So again, Fan First Friday I think was a dud. I understand that they again they're there to promote their
Slow
products.
down to that, Jeff.
My time. I feel like a lot of people felt like they were cheated out of their time. This thing was almost an hour, and it was so padded. They had a thing for the Calm app. People were upset they promoted a VR game. Now I love VR, but I think that should be a separate thing. A lot of people are like, "Look, I don't own VR. You're wasting
wait a
my
minute.
time."
Now that lady doing the promoting on the VR stuff was very nice. You need to give her some screen time. And
Matt, you were watching her muted, weren't you?
I don't even know what she said.
That's what I think.
Were you clapping with one hand?
No, I didn't have any available hands.
Well, next up, a character that also has no hands available. We're getting a reissue of Cyber Shark. How about that? I don't know why it took me to their forum.
Said no.
This comes from
demanded nobody ever.
Actually, I always wanted this figure when I was a kid. So I'm actually excited for this because this is my first opportunity to get to own him. But I'm curious why they're doing the non-show characters. Like, what's the link that they're going to go to with this Beast Wars reissue line? I always just thought this was a really cool design.
I got the remold of it because it was Hellscream, because technically that was Beast Wars Neo Hellscream's Starscream's upgrade mode.
Yeah.
That was
Maybe they just want to release more. He's not a deluxe, right?
He is a deluxe.
I thought he was a basic like Rat Trap.
No, you might be thinking of Hammer Strike.
No, this is a deluxe size figure. Like I said, I got the remold.
Jonathan Walker, there is a way. Every time somebody on Hasbro has awkward laughter or a pause, that's when you drink.
You could do that that's also applicable to figure
for
action.
figure action.
Wait, did they make Rat Trap? I didn't pay attention. Is Rat Trap a deluxe?
Rat Trap was sold as a deluxe. Technically,
he was basic, like one of those.
Technically, if you look in the back of the box, they marketed Cheetor and Rat Trap as megas. Yeah, and now I think they're doing deluxes, and they're actually doing megas, and then they're doing megas at the price point they're going with. Sportimus is asking, weren't we supposed to get a G1 reissue Skywarp? And yeah, whatever happened to that?
Oh yeah, I guess they quit and went to
Beast Wars.
Yeah, I hope they make Insecticon. That's the one I really want.
Yeah, I think you can still get those Insecticons on BBTS.
No, the Beast Wars Insecticon.
Oh, yeah. The basic one.
Yeah.
I wish they'd just sell the basics as basics and sell them for $15, $10, whatever. But like Rat Trap at $20, he's like clogging up the shelves at my Walmart here.
Make them price match because I think it's cheaper online.
What is interesting though is for Rise of the Beast, we're actually getting a new price point for Battle Masters. And I don't know if these are going to be the same Battle Masters we're used to from the Siege or War for Cybertron trilogy, but there's a listing on Amazon for Transformers Movie 7 Beast Battle Master Rhinox, and it is being sold for $6.50, which is probably the lowest price point we've seen in a while here. Again, no picture. April 1st is when these are supposed to, when I'm hearing the dates lifted. I don't know if that's going to stick. I'm sorry, April 15th. But
Figure
That's true. Don't expect
April
any
1st,
leg
that's-
articulation.
yeah, I expect these to kind of just be like, 4 legs on a ball joint, and then like some sort of thing that flips out to make him some sort of axe or something by way of his horns. I don't know. I don't expect him to be the Rhinox we know and love.
No, for $6. Ugh.
Yeah. But hey, it's a thing. If they can offer something at a lower price point, I think, in today's economy, that is a win for collectors and younger fans that just want to be able to get something when they go to the store, get an official product. Again, next up, one we're not going to spend too much time on, but this is a figure that was just revealed, and guess who got it? Prime versus Prime. This is that premium version of the first movie, Optimus Prime, or is it Revenge of the Fallen? I think it's this is the Revenge of the Fallen mold. But another fail for this premium line. They're using the worst the worst of the two molds for this Optimus, and I don't really think it looks all that great.
Yeah. Okay, next.
So last up, we do have a figure that looks amazing, and this comes from 3A. This is one that I'm not in for, but I'm curious what you guys think about it. This is their deluxe scale Age of Extinction / Last Night Optimus Prime. So this is the only picture we have of it right now. It's coming in at about 11.2 inches tall. They're saying it has 73 points of articulation. What do you guys think?
Afford it, I would love it. I know I can't, but I know it's going to be gorgeous.
I mean, I think you can afford it. He's going to be about a couple $100 when he first releases.
I'm over it. I
just think it's like for the character. I have the unique toys one, and to me that's good enough. It transforms. It has presence. It's about the same height.
That's what I was thinking. Since you have the unique toys one, I'm not going to get this.
Exactly. Jordan made his purchase. I don't need to.
I don't need it.
Yeah, this is from the best movie.
The best movie.
I still have no idea what the hell I watched when I saw that.
Yeah, it was very confusing.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, let's get into our third-party news. We've got the next figure in the Moon Studios Raiden Combiner, and this is their Cool Peak, their G1 Saizan. I think this is the most interesting looking out of the Raiden bots, to be honest. I think it's mostly because he kind of looks like Optimus Prime, and he's very tidy. Very, very tidy.
Reminds me more of Cerebros.
Yeah, he does have that Cerebros vibe.
It makes me kind of want it still makes me tempted. I will say the whole Raiden thing, I had zero interest in it when it first came out. The more I see of it, the more I admit I'm intrigued by it, and it definitely has an aesthetic that I like. Everybody who's gotten their hands on it has really enjoyed it, and I think it's actually, of the Zeta style stuff, one of the coolest combiners they've made, and that's my piece.
To me, this looks like a horribly colored Motormaster.
I do see the Ghostbusters vibe in there with the tan colored kind of like jumpsuit. Going back to the comment here about the 3-0 versus the unique toys. I think the unique toys is about a foot tall. I think it's about 12 inches tall. But I like all of Zeta's stuff. I have their Bruticus. I have their Superion. They got some flack from people because the individual bots were, like the sculpting on some of them wasn't wasn't really there. They tried to do modernizations of some of the Combaticons. Um, some soft sculpting for the faces, but I think with this Raiden, they're really nailing the aesthetics.
Yeah, is there a picture of the alt mode for this guy?
No, unfortunately, these are just the only two pictures we have right now. This is just the review
what?
of the bot mode.
It looks like a train.
I imagine, yeah, it's probably going to be mostly
Box.
this metallic black color, maybe with some tan accents. But yeah, I mean, I wish I could hop on this. I've got the official ones on pre-order. I'm falling behind because they're going to be releasing 3. Maybe if I start selling some stuff, I'll go play catch up. I have that Devil Savior Devastator, and I'm debating whether or not I want to finish that out or not. And I'm just really, my heart's not in it because that thing's a bear to transform. So might sell that and go for this, to be honest. But moving right along, we've got one more bit of third-party news, and this actually takes us into our non. It's interesting. This is both Transformers and non-Transformers news. There is and Matt, I think you have this figure. This company called Lucky Cat did a Voltron late last year, which is a kind of wasn't it Beast Box inspired to a degree?
Yeah. The box part of it's a gimmick that you don't have to. You don't have to pay any attention to the box part. It's a perfectly functional mini little Voltron that does everything you want a Voltron to do. So if the box thing isn't your thing, you can ignore it. It doesn't matter.
I just love the name.
Riccio.
If you've ever seen the movie Riccio, you'll know why I'm cracking up.
I've not.
Mm-mm.
Oh, man. Guys, as soon as the shows go off the air, I want everybody to go look up the Riccio trailer. It is the most batshit thing that come out of Asia when it comes to films. And I have seen some shit.
So there's that.
I'm really curious what the engineering on these is going to be like.
I'm curious what figure this is because it's a mystery. They have it shaded in mystery.
I mean,
they're also they also went up for pre-order tonight on Show Z. I pre-ordered both of them. Well, yeah, there's another one we're going to show.
Yeah. So the next one, I can kind of see how they're going to do it. This is their take on a Megazord called Beast Lord. And it's interesting though. Here they don't show that it's Zord box.
So go back to the absolutely not Devastator. If you look, that's an actual picture of the figure or render that's been faded out. You can tell because there's detail in the shading. On the Megazord, it's just literally a black and white sketch. So the Devastator is a lot further along than this Megazord is. So that doesn't surprise me that there's not individual product shots.
I'm debating if I'm going to be needing another Megazord. I've got.
So I actually pre-ordered this guy too because I don't care that much about Megazords or Power Rangers, but I thought, yeah, he could fight my mini Voltron.
I just wonder if this company is going to get into doing more beyond. I mean, it's cool they're doing combiners. Like it's definitely unique. Look at the Voltron and very iconic combiners is a neat market to get people. So it makes you wonder like what else they're going to do. Are they going to do like an Optimus Prime or a Megatron or?
There's no need for that. I know. I think let them keep doing these combiners, man. Especially doing articulated combiners.
And the Voltron is one of my favorite things I've bought lately. And I can tell you on it, like the finish on the product is closer to Magic Square, where it's that kind of chalky feeling, but it's really, really solidly built, which was my main concern with this new company is this going to be a piece of shit that just falls apart? No, it is solid as hell. And I'm super happy with it. So if these are anything like that release, like they're on to some good stuff. I've been happy with it. So these should be no exception, I hope. But the finish on them are not super premium, at least the one that I've got. So don't expect like polished,
They're kind of asking you to play with it.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to worry
Yeah.
about scraping paint because I'm not even sure. There's like maybe 10% paint on him. It's maybe some of the silver. Everything else looks like it's molded plastic, which is fine by me.
Right on.
So I'm excited about these guys. I've got them both on pre-order. We'll follow them along and see what they look like.
I definitely want to
eventually.
check out that Voltron soon.
It's right there. It's right there.
in person.
Sure.
See what it's like.
It's right there.
Next up, interesting license development. Hiya Toys. We talk about them a bit here. They recently got the Judge Dredd license. They're teasing some additional licenses here. It looks like Godzilla and GI Joe as well. So it's interesting that yeah. And again, these guys are doing what, 3 3/4 inch kind of hyper.
What to say? Hasbro already doing 3 3/4 inch.
Right, they have the same articulation basically.
But I mean,
No, they got more. They got more.
Yeah, Hiya
I've got one
Toys
of the
are-
Predators.
Yeah, they're definitely very articulated. I'm glad to see that they're giving the spreading the Joe license around a bit. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it. I mean, I haven't picked up anything from the company yet. I love
I have
RoboCop.
Harley Quinn and the Flash from Injustice.
Yeah, weren't they from the GameStop clearance?
Yeah. The articulation was super close. I think they had like maybe 1 or 2 more points. Because the new G.I. Joe, that Stalker, is almost Marvel Legends level.
Yeah, I think for Judge Dredd they're doing the motorcycle. I could be wrong. Keep me honest here. I'd love to see them actually do like some really articulated modern takes with some small vehicles. I think that'd be really cool. I know they're doing Ed 209 for RoboCop, so
They're doing RoboCop too.
yeah, and the Kane figure actually does look really good. Yeah, so looking forward to seeing what they do, and I think good on Hasbro for kind of Hasbro's abandoned GI Joe before.
Matt, think about this. If they do if Hiya does GI Joes, they'll scale with those Joy toys.
1/25th scale.
Well, 3 3/4. Well, yeah. That's...
No, they're going to be the same size as regular G.I. Joe.
Yeah, that'll be 1/18 scale, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, but they do. Joy Toy does 1/18, but the one I bought I didn't like, so I'm sticking with the 1/25th.
Got it. Okay, fair enough. Next
up, we get the big Star Wars drops. I guess first up they had their February.
Big Fortuna is the big drop.
Yeah, Big Fortuna, but he's vintage collection here, so it's interesting. Like they always throw me off with some of these vintage collection things because they're using soft goods on them now.
And the face sculpts look.
And the
great.
face, the face looks so good on the vintage.
Yeah, which is shocking considering how tiny they are. I'm always kind of taken aback when I actually see, mostly Lando on store shelves, but
there to see more.
Yes,
She looks good.
Yeah, so we get the Mandalorian version of Ahsoka, complete with the Rosario Dawson likeness. I think this looks good. These have gone up for pre-order on various sites, including Amazon. So if you haven't got your pre-orders in yet, highly recommend going and getting the ones that you want.
If they have a cockeye on one of your figures, it's actually accurate.
But these have also been found on store shelves this week.
Yes, they have. Wasn't Omega the first one they found?
What's going on? I've been seeing people, especially the Instagram people that I follow, find the entire wave.
Wow.
So I don't know about individuals, but I've seen the guys that I follow just scoop up the whole fucking wave.
Yeah.
So far, it seems like Target is still getting the whole wave of them.
I said I don't watch the Bad Batch yet, so I only vaguely know the Omega stuff. Echo, I only vaguely know.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to get Echo just because I'm getting the Bad Batch.
than this one. The client,
Matt, your old
this
white
is
man
an exciting
collection.
Yep. Well, I
Yeah.
told T I was going to army build the client.
one. So you can just have an army of Werner Herzogs.
Yes,
narrating.
they all went
Hold
to see the
on.
child.
Wait.
You didn't realize that was
Is that
Werner
the
Herzog?
is that the ice cream machine from Empire Strikes Back?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in the they've established that it's kind of a safe. It's almost like a secure briefcase that carries stuff.
Yeah, they also had it in Boba Fett too.
He goes into the McDonald's and realizes
Right.
that it doesn't work.
I have brought my own.
He did an episode of the Boondocks.
I think it's called a Cantono in the show.
He also
Mhm.
did Rick and Morty. This is a reissue, so get a Death
I need
Watch
that.
Mandalorian. Yeah, I missed it. That was like the only one I missed. I actually got the God, what was the one that was really hard to find that had the horns on it?
Hmm.
You were after it, Matt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never found it. The one with the horns on it, I can't remember. It looked cool.
I still need to get a heavy Mandalorian. That's what I need to get. A heavy arm.
He's still available.
Hmm.
I recommend the Credit Collection one. I think that's a really good looking paint job on him.
I'll probably pick up 2 of these. They would look really good flanking Bo-Katan.
Nice.
And was C3PO's card back, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, he
Isn't it?
yeah, no, you're right. He is. Yes, he's
Yeah.
vintage.
Yeah, so he's
Him and
vintage.
Palpatine.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
I don't have a C3PO for whatever reason.
I don't either.
So this looks good to me. I think they've finally got the gold, and the leg looks good too, the silver leg.
Which, like the several hundred times I watched A New Hope, never noticed that until it was pointed out in the toy. I was like,
Dengar
okay.
looks good.
Yeah, Dengar, the face on this Dengar looks amazing.
Yeah. And he wasn't that long ago. What, 2, maybe 3
Mhm.
years ago that he came out? They did the wave of bounty hunters. Well, not
Yeah.
wave, but they did them all in
Mhm.
rapid succession.
Yeah, and they were all vintage, I think. Then of course you get
Another
your
Lando.
Skiff Guard Lando, which poor Lando. I've met Billy D. Williams. This is a very nice man, and I hate seeing Lando figures like clogging up shelves because Lando's I love Lando. Although you got to wonder with the series coming out, are they still going to clog up shelves? We get the Knight Brother here, which is a very good looking figure. I wish he had pinless joints, but
We're getting
Hey.
the Knight Brother, but we're not getting oh god, what's his name? Maul's brother.
Savage.
well, this is from
Savage Opress.
Fallen
Right,
Order.
but I'm just saying that would be perfect for Savage though.
Yeah, these guys were kind of like troops in the game. They were like cannon fodder in the game.
I never beat that. I might have to, when I play that again, I might have to start from scratch because I don't
Yeah.
know what I'm.
Oh man, yeah, the ending is totally worth it. It's good.
Yeah,
It's
Single
a
joint
good like
elbows, though.
the ending of that game is like, oh shit, I can't believe that just happened kind of thing.
yeah. Now I remember playing that game because I did not get spoiled, and
I didn't either. Yeah.
I had chills. I was like, whoa.
I haven't watched anything.
Yeah, you should finish it.
This looks good for anybody that's not skilled enough to do dioramas or just doesn't have the time. I like that they're doing this sort of stuff. It's a vintage collection. Bib Fortuna. Big
Just
Bib Fortuna.
before the blaster bolt hits him in the face.
Yeah. And I like how they've done like all the accessories here. Again, this is for somebody that wants to be in the diorama game but just doesn't have the time or the skill or the connections to do it.
It's a
These
play
are-
set. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it is. It's a play set.
I'm kind of
They-
surprised that wasn't a HasLab, to be honest. That looks pretty epic.
I think they just kind of knew that like people would want it for various reasons. Like this is something that like it's again with HasLab we always argue like what is the risk factor?
I bet
You
people are going to want the HasLab now.
No, you can't say it. I just thought of the same thing.
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you
Yeah. That's spoiler territory, but yes, I know exactly what you're
Well,
talking
that's
about.
been
'Cause
a couple
it
weeks
just
ago.
occurred to me.
He was in a couple weeks ago.
Well, if you haven't seen the show yet,
Should have watched.
should have watched it. But
I
yeah,
am caught up.
there is some major regret going on right now. I'll bet.
Well, yes and no.
Right, the price was outrageous, but
and technically it's not accurate because there's no chain,
true.
and I don't
But
think
that
anyone would take a power drill to it.
Right, but that probably would have led to more. But anyway, we're talking about
Yes,
things that
that's
don't
what
exist anymore. What else we got?
All right. Well, next up, we get a look at the Arkham Knight, which we were talking about previously through Dave's acquisition. Well, hey, if you want one on the cheap, our boy Todd has you covered. What's interesting about this is their workaround for his weapon.
I approve of that. I would like if he had two, but I approve of that.
Yes, yeah, I think it would be cool if he had two grapple guns, though. People would be like, that's kind of absurd, but you could just cut the tips off if you were
Mazel
so
tov.
inclined.
He's Jewish.
I've always liked the.
He's a good.
You know what's the best thing? He doesn't have side eye.
He might.
Right.
We don't know.
Yeah, I
Under
mean,
that mask, he might have side eye.
I always wanted was it the DC Direct one?
I have that. The DC Direct, it was good, but it was not perfect. Like it did not have. It was definitely lacking some articulation. So that's why I'm kind of excited on this one.
Yeah, they
I've got
definitely.
both the DC Direct of that, and I have the Red Hood.
Yeah, the DC Directs I had, they didn't have the smoothest motion in their joints.
Nope.
Like they're very clicky, and like I remember like the knees.
So DC collectibles.
Yeah, you just
The ones that were at GameStop, right?
Yeah. And I just remember like the knees would like click into place. They'd have like 3 points.
Arkham Knight was horrible.
Yeah.
The Red Hood was good, but the Arkham
You had the
Knight.
Robin. I remember you liked the Robin.
Yeah, I did not. I sold that Arkham Knight quick because the articulation was like really weird. His chest functioned like the classified Cobra Commander.
Hmm?
Yeah.
And
I know
for
I
a
had
while,
the,
though, they did that one did have the best Nightwing figure, though, for a while.
Yeah.
The Nightwing for that line.
I had the Play Art Sky one, which I sold to T, and I loved that figure. It was just, I didn't have any space for it, and then also it was just a weird one-off in my collection.
I still got it in Harley Quinn.
I might pick this one up. Don't just so.
I might. It depends on how I like them in person.
Technically, I'm not buying a Batman in case word gets out to certain people.
Next up, we got the Death of a Family. This is apparently a gold label figure, which I'm kind of surprised about.
Gruesome, isn't he?
Yeah, we have more Jokers than Superman, right?
Yeah.
I'm passing on this.
Yeah, nothing here that I like.
Rolling
the axe.
$100.
The axe is good. Benjamin Whitcomb says, "What about an Arkham Knight Harley?" And that seems like a no-brainer to me because she doesn't even need a gun. Just give her mallet. Give her a bat.
Yeah, the DC Collectibles one didn't come with a gun. I don't think.
Yeah.
If she came with a gun, it was a pop gun. Or I might be thinking about the icons.
Icons.
So next up, we actually have SH Figuarts Marvel figure. We haven't talked about these in a while, but I thought it was worth highlighting. This is their Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness figure. And for the first time in a while, I can actually say I think a SH Figuarts Marvel figure actually looks good. We've got a soft goods cape here. We actually have decent print on the face.
I like the texturing inside the cape.
Yeah, and then the effects piece. Yeah. The effects piece for his magic effects here actually looks good. It's layered and textured.
I like it.
I'm
I
mad
mean, I,
because I like Marvel Legends, and this looks really good.
this
Well, I mean,
is
Go
back
ahead,
to
Dave.
looking good. Hopefully, they're stepping up their game again. They've been
They needed
complacent.
to. They
Oh
absolutely needed
no!
to.
Face sculpt
Look
is
at the
nailed that
proportions.
face sculpt.
The proportions of the body as well.
Yeah, and the all the details picked out, like the materials, like the belt looks like it's painted to look like it's leather. Um, you know, the rings are prominent, picked out.
Boots look good. I mean,
Yeah,
Ooh.
it doesn't have like that
I'm out of
glossy effect on the face.
I'm out of the figure arts for most Marvel, except for that Deadpool got coming in. But for MCU, but if I was still into it, this would be getting the hype train back up.
You know, he
So-
might be too short.
So interestingly enough, this is supposed to come out in April, and it's going to be about $69. So
Is it going to be at Barnes and Noble?
yeah, well, it remains to be seen. I haven't stepped into a Barnes and Noble since right before Christmas.
Next,
All
You know what
right,
we forgot
next.
to talk about was the that just occurred to me. We can circle back if you guys want to. Is the Black Series Dark Troopers?
oh yeah,
Oh! You know what? And I actually did have those in the notes here.
good call, Matt. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, good save here.
How
So
much more before the Mattel though? Because the one thing
we have just two more news pieces before we go into Mattel. So vintage collection Dinjarik. I don't never
It
Dinjarin.
will pay.
The Mandalorian in his civvies. Hey, you can get him in the vintage collection, or you can get the Black Series Dark Trooper here, which is being sold as a deluxe. These were up, I believe, the day before yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday on Amazon and a bunch of other retailers. You can probably still get them on Hasbro Pulse, Big Bad Toy Store. The Dark Troopers are coming in at $33 a piece.
This is a release where I think it's warranted. You get effects pieces, you get alternate fists, you get the gun, and you get several different finishes on a larger than normal figure. So
Yes.
I'm okay with that price point.
I think the box is a little. The box can be more streamlined.
Yeah.
It just looks so empty. That's all.
I think it's interesting that they're doing a deluxe price point for a troop builder. I mean, these are made so that you'll buy multiples. I agree with Dave. I think that if they streamlined the box, they could have, kind of, hey, what we were talking about a couple weeks ago, ship more in one
They
single
want
box.
money.
Yeah, they want money, but at the same
They
time,
know we're going to buy it.
well,
Right.
provided
They know
they
we're gonna
actually
buy it.
stock
I
them.
think there should be a smaller box, just because.
Though we did see a guy who pre-ordered 30 of these.
Yeah.
No joke.
Yeah. So interesting thing about these guys too is that when I ordered it, just me personally, I saw that it was coming out in May, and I thought, oh, that's awesome. They're coming out for like Star Wars Day, and I thought that's not a bad turn time. Yeah, it's May 2023.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's well over a year and a half almost.
But I mean, I'm looking at those joints. I'm looking at the multiple paint on there. Yes, it looks. It is a gorgeous looking battle droid. And even if you're not doing Star Wars, that's just a good battle droid to have on hand. You can have your Iron Man fight him, whatever.
And if you are into Star Wars, every time you pick this guy up and play with him, you're going to hear that techno beat from the season 2 soundtrack.
And then you're gonna really want to Luke Skywalker.
I mean, you got plenty by now in Black Series. You've got plenty of options.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I do.
All right.
Next up, these I got alerted about these on Hasbro Pulse. I have their app, and normally don't talk about Mego, but I think these are neat. This is a 4-pack collection that Hasbro is doing. They've been doing some Mego stuff lately. They did that Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. Again, they have the Plasma collection out. I think these are kind of neat. They look like something that maybe might have come out in the 90s, to be honest. They're definitely not like, trying to be.
Wait a minute.
What's that, T?
it seems weird that Hasbro doesn't own Ghostbusters,
They have the license.
so they have to put their name on there.
I think because they have the license, they're licensing it
never
out
seen
to
that.
Mego, so they're
So how come like SH Figuarts doesn't have to say Hasbro on there when they do Marvel?
because they don't have like I don't think Hasbro has the exclusive rights. It's kind of like how Mattel put out some Star Wars products for the Mandalorian. I think it's like depends on like the scale and the type of product. Like I think
You know who
for
pre-ordered a set of these?
who's that?
Seth Green.
Probably, yeah. I expect to see these on Robot Chicken. But a cool thing. I'm glad to see Ghostbusters getting some love. I think this is just a neat throwback thing, and it's also a great opportunity for people to get all 4 Ghostbusters in one clip. Last week we talked about at the end of the show that Super 7 was teasing Roger Rabbit, and we finally got to see what that tease added up to, and unfortunately it's reaction figures. I hope they do more with this license. I'd like to see them do some Ultimates, but unfortunately, you just get these kind of throwback figures that.
I'm sorry, Matt.
And
It's not the Jessica Rabbit that I want.
No, Jessica Rabbit. Poor Jessica Rabbit got B graded.
I think the worst part about these is the packaging. I think the worst part about these is the packaging. Like Roger looks fine, Jessica looks fine. I mean, although she looks kind of like something that would be like on an airbrushed T-shirt on the boardwalk in the 90s.
Yeah, and she got she definitely got a chest reduction in that. The
toy.
She got B graded.
But what the hell is going on there?
Yeah, Doom looks
who drew
horrible.
Judge Doom? That's the and then you get into Smarty. This again, who did these boxes? And we got one more bit of news, and this one is definitely not everybody's cup of tea.
So I am curious though with these reaction figures. I wonder if this is not their way of testing the market for Ultimates. Like, if the reaction figures sell, or if there's a buzz around them, will they then dedicate their time?
There are people that like the Transformers ones, and then they moved into doing those as Ultimates.
Right.
Power Rangers.
But then, on the flip side, again, Simpsons has a huge market. They did Ultimates first, and then now, and I think this is really cool. Like I'm a very big Simpsons
on
fan.
point.
Yes. So for anybody that watched The Simpsons, there was this meta thing in The Simpsons where the character Rainier Wolfcastle had this movie character named McBain, and they actually would have in the first several seasons this actual story you can actually connect together, or they would like show the McBain movie, and it actually ended up forming its own little story across different episodes of The Simpsons.
McBain.
So you get 2 flavors of McBain. You get Mendoza and Suey. Is it Suey or is it Skewy? I can't remember. Mendoza famously murders him on his week before retirement. Nice little riff. Yeah, actually, they're doing a final Lethal Weapon with Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. It's called Final Weapon.
I would hope that would be a setup to a Dave joke.
If you watch the first Lethal Weapon, Danny Glover's character was just turning like 41 or 42 when he was getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
That
the wheel now
on so many levels. Danny Glover is too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Really great Danny Glover roles. Anybody ever see Be Quiet, Rewind? It's Jack Black.
That movie came out 5 years too late.
It did, but it was an amazing movie nonetheless.
Danny Glover was
RoboCop, you're gonna die.
He was old in Saw, and that was over 15 years ago.
Anyway.
All right. So our last thing on here isn't necessarily toy news so much as it is kind of industry news here. This was reported. So I'm pulling this up on Reclaim the Net, but there's been a lot of talk through different YouTube channels this past week, Reddit, social media. And so the headline here is Mattel hits multiple Jurassic World toy reviewers with copyright takedown notices. So there are a couple of these reviewers who actually had their YouTube channels like demolished. So the three reviewers were Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, Best in Slot, Collect Jurassic. And what had happened is they legitimately bought these figures from Toy Wiz. And Toy Wiz has been around for a while. They're kind of like a BBTS, Entertainment Earth site. And, you know, they legitimately bought these Jurassic World Dominion toys, did the reviews, and Mattel actually got them on takedowns. So, you know, in the case of Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, I think he was the one who actually had his channel like completely taken down. You know, and then they even got Collect Jurassic here on Instagram. I understand we talk about toilers and we talk about like people getting their figures early, but I think this sets a really, really dangerous precedent. One for Mattel and the other for toy reviewers, because again, in this case, these are three channels. They didn't get their figures stolen from a factory. They didn't get their figures off of eBay from somebody who stole it from a factory. They legitimately bought them from a legitimate retailer ahead of the official release.
What I learned: don't review Jurassic Park stuff like I've already been doing.
You know, the thing is, it's like I've talked about that toy line a bit. Like I've said in the past couple weeks, like I always see the figures on clearance. I understand there's a following for them, and I've applauded Mattel on doing a good job of getting them on the shelves. But, you know, again, what happens when somebody gets a Masters of the Universe figure ahead of schedule? Are they going to do this shit? This is not goodwill for your brand. I think Mattel's just kind of started turning it around after they lost DC and finding their footing. But this isn't what you do to create goodwill with your audience, with your fans, with your collectors.
Right. Especially with people that work hard to give you literally thousands of hours of free advertising.
100%. You know, and this is a
Do you
case
think
where
it's their fault or the movie producers?
well, no, it's their fault because you can see here that Mattel is the one flagging. Like if you go up here, Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, Takedown issued Mattel Incorporated. So it would be one thing if it was Universal Pictures was flagging them. But I mean, look, we talk about toilers a lot, but it's just fucking dinosaurs. It's a fucking creature that maybe existed in that form. But how is that a toiler? You know, you're not spoiling. Oh, and if anybody knows anything about the Jurassic Park toy lines, it's that you get toys for dinosaurs that didn't even show up in the fucking movie.
Right.
And okay, we talk about Prime versus Prime. What's the one thing we get out of you said out of that? Crap, I saw that. Now I kind of want it.
Yeah. I mean, if Hasbro's smart, they probably recognize that Tauntaun and Prime versus Prime are, you know, they're definitely hyping up the fan base, whether you like them or not.
They do know because they work directly with them more than once.
Like I know Mike Rogers, he said crap versus crap. I mean, you know, again, everybody's entitled to their opinion on the practices and everything, but at the same time, I think you get people hyped up for product that's coming. You show them the product. You know, there are people that ignore that channel and they tune into the Fan First Friday stuff, but ultimately, what is Mattel's goal in doing this? And I think it sets a bad precedent because where does it stop? If Hasbro does this, do they then start taking down third-party stuff? You know, I don't think there's much third-party for Mattel, but you know, say somebody goes and gets like a dinosaur figure and they just mention in passing, this will fit in great with your Jurassic Park collection. Do they get flagged? I mean, oh, you're promoting unofficial products. I really think this is an abuse of power. I don't think Mattel should be allowed to do this. I think they should be reprimanded by YouTube, and I hope this gets traction so YouTube can reverse it. These people have the receipts. They have the receipts saying they legally bought a product that was available on a reputable website. They didn't steal anything. They didn't do anything wrong.
I can't believe that YouTube doesn't warn the people.
the problem with YouTube is that if you're a smaller creator, you don't have the voice to get in touch with YouTube. You can't just, I've heard horror stories about people that are, lower on the totem pole on YouTube. They get their channel falsely struck and they can't get in touch with anybody because it's all outsourced or automated.
It is.
I mean,
I
you
now
work-
have like an option to talk to somebody in the corner that I never use.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything bad to say about Prime versus Prime because he watches my channel.
there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And I don't care anyway. If I would have cared about anything, it's just because like, oh, he got that already. Nobody's gonna watch my.
But you know what T-Man does care about? If you watch his old toy hunt videos and ask him questions about those old videos, he'll be sure to respond to you.
he loves
People
telling
love
you
it.
what store this is.
Right. When it's in the
Build up
title.
his algorithm, folks. Build up his algorithm.
Yeah. I agree with Ben Wickham here. I think Mattel's opened a can of worms, and like I said, I hope that the community brings light on this. I hope people reach out to YouTube, tell them this is wrong. You can't do this to creators. This is not violating anybody's copyright. This is original content. It's even if they're talking about Universal Pictures content or Mattel's products.
I don't see what kind of copyright
It's an
it's
abuse.
violating because it's not like they're putting movie footage in there.
Right.
It's not like they went and snuck a prototype out from a toy show.
Right. I agree with Sportimus here. It's thuggery. This is basically like, oh, hey, these are figures that we haven't advertised yet because I haven't seen anything about. I'm not a Jurassic Park collector. The trailer came out today. I think it looks fun. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Like after Forgotten Kingdom, I was like, man, that's a turd of a movie. But somehow with Dominion, I'm like, this looks fun. I want to see it. But I haven't seen much on the toys. So
Now, I don't know if this person has the option to like a lot of times when I have like a copyright thing because of music or whatever, they warn me. They were like, "Hey, nothing's wrong with your channel, but you're not gonna get them paid for this video."
I wonder if it's because of who Mattel is that they're able to more effectively do it. But they got Andy's Dinosaur reviews here with 3 copyright strikes in succession for probably 3 different toy reviews. So you can see here, as a result, your account is scheduled to be disabled in 7 days.
That's nuts. That is absolutely
The fact
nuts.
that they're getting Instagram as well. I mean, what? Again, bad precedent. Like, I think one of the things that's great in the Transformers community is like we get like little toy leaks and somebody will post a picture on Instagram. I mean, what if they start doing this on Facebook? They start getting Dame Shock or
There you go.
yeah. I just like Beast Wars Latin America is another one that oftentimes gets pictures ahead of time. I don't think it's fair to go after people that are just sharing images and talking about it and generating conversations. And to me, this makes me go you know what, I don't want to buy Mattel Jurassic Park products if this is how they're going to treat their fans.
I think that
Again,
Beast Wars page uploaded one of my videos.
it did. I called them out on that. They just completely re-uploaded it to.
Like, they didn't put like screenshots or nothing.
Yeah. What would have been fun is if they subtitled you in Spanish, or even dubbed it. Como estás?
What this
978.
teaches me is don't do Mattel reviews, which I barely do anyway.
Yeah.
Hasbro, people have been. You see all the stuff that's going on with Hasbro, and the channel I watch said that Hasbro does this too, but I'm like, they can't possibly do it if like Prime versus Prime is revealing toys that never even been announced.
Yeah. Yeah. I legitimately don't think Hasbro's doing it, but again, this signals a dangerous precedent, and I hope they don't. I hope that this gets nipped in the bud.
It's that proverbial slippery slope.
Yeah.
Pixel Dan might have more leeway to talk to someone.
Yeah. I mean, I just hope that the community rallies together and makes this right. And I don't want to see this continue. And again, like I would hate to live in a world where, say Hasbro got on this train and then all of a sudden it's like, well, that's not an official Transformer. You're calling, and then of course you're going to have reviewer. I mean, I think if you're reviewing a third party figure, you just can't say Soundwave, Optimus Prime, etc. But still, I'm so tired of seeing people have to walk on eggshells on YouTube. I'm so tired of seeing creators have to, go through all these hoops. I just want people to be able to have and feel like they can have an honest conversation about products they're passionate about. And at the end of the day, what we do, what they do, it's all free advertising. And I just wish they would chill the fuck out.
Agreed.
Rolling Rage says, unless Hasbro is taking notes and are going to go after Rectangular now.
Hmm.
That guy always gets a scoop on something.
Yeah. All Mattel had to do was contact the reviewers as a first attempt. I agree. Mattel could have said, hey, we didn't intend to release these yet. We're appreciative that, you're enthusiastic about our products, but would you mind adhering to an
You have
NDA?
5 days to take this video down, or we're going to take action.
Mm-hmm.
And then they could have had a powwow. But again, I agree with commentators that have said Toy Wiz. They should have gone after Toy Wiz, which all 3 reviewers, to my understanding, were completely transparent that they went through this. That they said that's where they got their figures.
They're the ones who sold to them before the shelf date.
Yeah. So Mattel should have said, hey, we didn't intend for these to be out. You guys got these from Toy Wiz. We're going to go to Toy Wiz and tell them, hey, there's a street date on our products, and they're causing some issues for us. Which, again, I think if I was Mattel, I would rather just have some hype generated about these figures, considering that I don't think they're selling all that great. Again, I don't have the numbers, but every Target I've gone to has that Jurassic Park Jeep and T-Rex like clogging up an end cap. Hype it up. This trailer dropped. I think people are now excited for the new movie coming out. Hype it up, generate that buzz, but don't punish your fans. Don't punish your promoters.
And these are the guys who are making you money.
Yes. So, my 2 cents on it.
All right.
Well, outside of that, that's going to do it for tonight's show. Again, thanks to everybody in that live chat who hung out with us tonight. Again, we still, everything, everybody's, we had our.
I'm doing a giveaway. Watch my last FigCon if you didn't.
Oh, am I eligible?
Anybody who puts the hashtag, everybody that follows the rules I put in that video is eligible. I don't give a crap who the heck you are. If you watch my channel and you watch that video,
love that. I'll take a free bat, and then everybody will be like, your teammate friend won again. Fuck
You
that
said
guy.
bat, not Matt.
No.
You had it.
All
I'm
right,
doing a random comment picker, so it's not like I'm gonna pick.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, that'll do it for tonight's show. Again, thanks to everybody that hung out with us, chatted with us throughout the course of the show. We love you all.
Hit that like button, folks.
Kielbasa, slam that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you ring the notification bell. And we will see you all on the next one. Same Figure Action time, same Figure Action channel here on YouTube, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you then. Peace out. Bye-bye, and have a good one.